Let's welcome in the management at Setco Automotives now. Mr. Udit Sheth, Vice Chairman at Setco Automotives, is joining us on the phone line. Mr. Sheth, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Can you just talk about the plants which have been restarted? We believe that two of your plants are trying to get back to normalcy. They've got permission to start. What has happened?
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on the call. We have three plants. One is two are in Gujarat and one in Uttarakhand. The two plants are from about 40 minutes from Baroda, and one is a foundry and one is the mother plant of Setco Automotive. And then we have an assembly line in Uttarakhand in Sitarganj. When we got to know that the plants are going to be allowed to be started, immediately we started working on the lockdown procedures that we need to take care of and make sure that the safety and the hygiene of the factory is paramount. We've done a lot of work with the team in the last, I would say, 10 days in terms of sanitation, in terms of using technology, in terms of social distancing, and also taking care of things like canteen, travel, making sure that all the workers can come in and stay over there and have all the conveniences that they need. Of course, in this 10 days and now going into production, we can't really have 100% of the capacity being utilized. But then the market also doesn't demand right now because the OE customers some of them are in red zones as well. So we are right now catering to the aftermarket and then the replacement market for the OES. And then we will start producing for the OEMs once they also start, because Pune, Chennai, these are in, red zones right now. So the 30% occupancy of the plant is a good way to start. And then in the next 30 days, we will take a call how to ramp up. We have two main shifts that the government has designated, saying that you do two 12-hour shifts. So we have taken that into account, and let's see how the plant now picks up. Efficiency is paramount for us. Also, cost control at this time is a bit of an issue. Also, making sure that all the suppliers that are supplying to us also can ramp up. So the logistics planning is one of the key criteria for us as well. Safety is something that we are taking care of for all the workers right now.
Okay, Udit, hi, this is Mubina as well joining in. You mentioned that you're going to try and, of course, increase efficiency, but I'm sure you have challenges. I think one of them that you also mentioned, logistics, like for example, would be a challenge. So what will be the utilization levels initially at the two facilities?
See, right now we are thinking of only 35% to maximum 40%. We need to take care of the 1 to 1.5 meter distance. We need to make sure that we can't load the buses more than 35% of the capacity. So we are doubling the transport that we are providing to the people. Having said that, the plant will work at about 35 to 40% efficiency to start with. We've done a lot of work, sending messages to the employees, doing a self-assessment of all the employees. We have done training on calls. We have changed all the posters and information in local and English. We have set up new teams. We have put in the PPE, wearing gear as well for all the employees. So I think this is not the ideal way to start, but then it's a good thing to start and then ramp up over the next, I would say, 30 days or so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's no point plunging right in. You have to do everything, in a very gradual manner, see how everything is fitting in amidst this pandemic. Okay, Udit, I just want to also talk to you about the other challenges that you're foreseeing. I mean, I would assume perhaps raw material procurement would perhaps be a challenge, and also demand in the initial phase, because, many OEMs still not resume production. I know that you would perhaps be looking at catering to that segment, like you mentioned, I think, in your previous answer. So also demand, how do you see that panning out in the initial phase?
See, we don't see the OEM demand picking up right away, but we will have to build some stocks to cater to them once they open. But right now, as a company, we have maybe 60% of our market to the replacement market as well, to the garages, to the retailers, to the workshops. So we are going to start with that because the truck centers have opened up. We are gradually putting our supplies into that segment first. Then we are going to address the OEM segment. Having said that, the supplies or the quality of the product is the same in the market as well as the OEM. So the supply chain also needs to ramp up, and they can't ramp up overnight. So it's a lot of planning in the back and on the front end, but I think it's a great start, in my opinion, to have at least 30 to 35% of the capacity being utilized right now.
Right, Udit. Thanks so much for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective. All the best. All the best with starting off your two facilities, which you're expected to operate at about 35-40% in terms of capacity.